From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Of course, at my bar, where else would I be? At Tommy Max, and brought to you by our good friends at TruckCrashLaw.com and The Carpet Man. We are talking some good business right here at my bar today. Some special needs, some tech, and some sportswear. Everybody's welcome at this bar. Let's welcome in the panel. Susan Peters is here from PossAbilities Plus.
Yes.
Great to have you. Tell us about your organization.
So we're
And you're the CEO and founder. I'm sorry to
I am
cut you
the
off.
CEO and founder,
Awesome.
yes.
Great to have you.
So we are a multifaceted place. We are open to the public,
Okay.
and we serve individuals with special needs so they can learn how to job skills and social skills to work in the community.
Okay.
We have a thrift store, we have a tea room, we have a garden area,
Cool.
and we provide social skills training in the evening. We have a social club. We do music therapy, art therapy, drama.
Cool.
And we provide OJT training and other services to our individuals
Okay.
as well.
What's OJT? What does that
On the job training.
Oh, on the job training. Okay,
Yes, we
great.
just
Awesome.
became providers with vocational rehabilitation.
Okay. And what kind of special needs are we talking? Down syndrome, everything? What are we talking?
So I specialize more in autism. I have two sons on the
Okay.
autistic spectrum.
Got you.
But we are inclusive to everybody.
Okay.
Our facility's open to all. We take individuals with autism and all related abilities. And then we also like to have teenagers and college students from the community to come in as well. They need those service hours.
Absolutely,
And
no
we get
doubt.
presidential certified volunteer hours.
Oh, that's even better.
Great on a resume.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
we're
great to
very
have you.
inclusive.
Great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Kassandra Dasent is here. How are you?
I'm well. How are
Did
you?
I get that last name correct?
Dasent.
Dasent. Sorry, Kassandra.
No
Great
worries.
to have you on the show. Tell us about your company, what you're doing.
So the company is called BridgeTech Enterprises.
Okay.
I started it off when I was living in Montreal. I'm originally from Trinidad, West Indies.
Okay.
Immigrated to Montreal, lived
Cool.
most of my life there, and fell into it kind of by accident in terms of I was working at a company called Oakley, sunglasses company.
Okay.
And there was a position in tech. I was working in credit as an analyst, and I saw an opportunity to just leg up.
Okay.
So got my boss to send me to boot camp training in mapping, EDI mapping, and that's how I fell into my tech career.
Okay.
And then
Cool.
eventually I immigrated to the United States back in 2013. Yeah,
Okay.
been here a minute. And I decided to just continue as a consultant in program and project management, became certified as a Scrum Master,
Okay.
have my designation as a project management professional from the PMI Institute, which is, we're the largest group of project managers in the world. We're about 150,000 in the world.
Wow.
So that certification is the second hardest exam after the bar.
Okay.
So
Wow.
if you get that designation,
Yeah.
you've studied.
You're pretty good.
You're pretty good. So
Okay.
I work with companies across the spectrum, across the industries, primarily in tech, healthcare.
Okay.
I do service nonprofits as well.
Ooh.
I've worked with maritime companies, including Crowley, locally based.
Yeah,
here,
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So what I offer essentially is not only project and program management expertise and consulting, but I also provide training to companies' project teams,
Okay.
to build their emotional quotient, emotional intelligence,
Yep.
and
Yep.
pair that with technical quotient. So being able to utilize the latest tools and software to effect projects successful and compassionately. So
Yep.
I bridge the two as a servant leader.
So culture is big,
Huge.
right?
Huge.
And you help with that.
I help to
Define it, maybe?
I help to ascertain what the current culture is,
Okay.
especially in a project environment, because your project team may not necessarily have the same culture as your company, and that's going to create a discord. So the first thing
Okay.
is to align the two,
Right.
get support for the project team, and then my skill is to be able to just assimilate in and help guide and literally shepherd the project to success
Okay.
by
Cool.
by empowering the team to really learn more, do more, be more, and serve more.
Yeah, and you said you used to model, used to be an actress,
Yeah,
in front of
so-
the camera and all that.
Yeah, so I'm
Good.
actually a classically trained musician from the age of 6.
Oh, you really? All
Yeah,
right.
so
What do you play?
I used to play the clarinet, but now I'm actually picking up the violin.
All right.
And I'm a published singer-songwriter
Cool.
with SOCAN and ISCAP, and I've toured basically the world.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And you live here in Jacksonville?
Yeah, we moved here about almost 5 years ago.
All right.
A little bit in Michigan, was in New York City,
Okay.
Montreal, and then from Trinidad.
Well, great to have you.
Likewise,
Great to
thank
have you
you.
on the show. Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Zachariah is here. How are you, man?
Yes, sir. I appreciate
With
it.
Addix Sportswear.
Yes,
Had
sir.
you guys on the show. What do you guys do? What are you doing with for Addix?
So
What's your
I'm
role?
the digital marketing and social media manager
Oh,
at
okay.
Addix Sportswear.
Big.
Like you said, we've been on the show a few times, but for the people that don't know, we customize. We manufacture custom uniforms for over 25 sports right here in Jacksonville.
Yep.
In the industry, it's very popular to outsource outside the country manufacturing just to keep the cost down and stuff like that. But we believe, it's better to be here in the United States
Right.
because sometimes teams need jerseys within weeks, and that's impossible if you're overseas.
Absolutely.
So we're actually really excited to announce that yesterday we have now gotten our turnaround time down to 7 business days
Oh, wow.
from order to shipment. So
Okay.
we believe that's the fastest in the industry, so we're really excited about that.
Yeah. I mean, listen, when teams need their jerseys or uniforms, you got to have it, right?
Yes, sir, for
You don't have
sure.
to worry about that supply chain getting in the way.
Exactly, and what's really cool is since we're fully sublimated, you can throw anything on the jersey. Last names, numbers, and
Yeah.
then just some of the wild designs you see. We do a lot of like adult league softball teams, and just you see like donuts on the jerseys, popcorn,
Yeah,
some really
yeah.
cool stuff. So when you look at the products that we sell, it's something that makes my job easy to be able to market something as
Yeah.
creative as popcorn jerseys. so.
Absolutely. And that digital marketing, you got to be on your toes for that.
Yes,
man,
sir,
right? You
for
gotta be
sure.
ready.
And you got to keep up because
Keep
there's
it
just
up,
so
right.
much changing.
Yeah.
Look how Facebook changed into Meta.
Yep.
How often Google updates their analytics system. So
Absolutely.
you definitely got to be in the know. For
And it's
it.
your first job out of college, right? UCF
Yes, sir.
grad. Good for you, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
kind of nice.
Yep. Started in
Good for you.
August, graduated, and then within a week started here in Jacksonville. So
Okay.
it's been great. It's been a great learning experience.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I've got a question for the panel, and you can answer it however you want to answer it. But obviously, here in Jacksonville, big mayoral race about to take place. How does that affect what you're doing, or does it affect? The reason I'm asking not a lot of people vote for mayor, and it's like 30% of our population votes for the mayor. So I don't know how many people really are affected, or are they not affected? So I'm asking each one of you, what do you think?
In my community, with the people with disabilities that I help to advocate for, politics are huge. Government is huge. DeSantis has done a little bit for us in getting more funding for
Okay.
waiver support. I know that's a whole big thing. I'd need 3 hours for that,
Right.
so I'm not gonna do that to
Right.
you. And you don't hear, if you think about the campaigns and what the politicians say, you don't hear them talking. What are they going to do for our unique individuals who have the most needs in our community?
Yep.
You don't hear it. You don't hear their platform for that. What are we going to do? This afternoon, I'm going to a meeting, and I'm going to take a minute. I'm sorry, get on my
You
soapbox.
take your time.
I'm going to a meeting with the higher ups with JTA because
Okay.
our individuals who need specialized transportation, there's some things wrong.
Yep.
And this has been wrong for a long time, but no one has addressed it. So if my individual needs to go from Jacksonville Beach for a job
Sure.
to Ponte Vedra,
Yep.
and they need specialized transportation, they can't have it.
Yep.
So they have to get company A to take them to the borderline,
Right.
transfer to company
Oh,
B,
Right.
and we're talking about our most
Yeah. No, that's not an easy thing.
yes, and then you throw weather and other things into
Right.
that situation. And this has been going on for a long time.
That's got to change.
And so, yes,
Yep.
but our people who are running for mayor, they're slinging mud at each other instead
I
of
know.
addressing the issue. So I
Right.
want to know what can they do,
Yep.
not what they're not doing.
Yeah. Great point. Kassandra, how about you? What do you think about all
So
that?
I think in it kind of ties in with one of your concerns, but from my perspective as an employer or as a company,
Yep.
one of the things is that we're getting an influx of residents from out of state, right? And as a mayor, one of the concerns that I would think you would want to address is are we a welcoming city in terms of business, the types of business that are coming in here? So we need to look at our total population. We need to be able to employ them, and not just in retail jobs. We need a variety of jobs that span across all industries that pay more than a living wage.
Right.
So that is a serious concern around families here. We see the cost of real estate just going through the roof,
Yeah, it's
right?
crazy.
It's become unaffordable. The rents are even worse, in my opinion.
I agree.
So from if I'm talking to a mayor, that's going to be one of my concerns as a business. How are you supporting us, and how are you growing Jacksonville to become a premier city?
Right.
You know, coming from New York City, where your and Montreal, where your transportation systems are our lifelines.
Right.
Right. We don't
Right.
have that infrastructure
No, we
here,
don't.
not only for our vulnerable, communities, but just for the everyday
general.
average worker.
Right.
So
Right.
what are you doing to address that?
Great points. They better get on it, whoever wins. All right. I'm just saying. Zachariah, how about you, man? What do you think?
Yeah, so you mentioned we have a mayor race coming up, and it's crazy because you don't see too many signs out, or at least I don't.
No, you
the
don't.
ones you see are kind of like handmade. So when I think about an election and just kind of getting the word out about the election, about the candidates, my mind goes to the promotional side of stuff, which is something that our company does provide.
Yeah.
We can create banners, signs, shirts,
Yeah.
and that is something that I just feel like there's an untapped market. I think that the candidates, if they need somewhere to go to get, thousands of shirts quickly or hundreds of signs
Yep.
quickly,
Yep.
we're able to provide that. We recently did shirts for the Miami Heat game. As soon as they got into the playoffs, we
Oh, cool. Yeah.
printed 44,000 prints within a matter of days and was able to send that down to Miami. So when you just talk about races and campaigns,
They need more swag.
Exactly. You need to get promotional gear out there.
They need more swag. No,
Exactly.
I agree. All I'm going to say is just vote.
Yes.
Just vote. It doesn't take much to vote.
Use your voice.
Doesn't- Yeah. If that's what you want in this city, then vote.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you so much for being here. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank
Great,
you.
great,
Thank you.
great panel. I always have great panels on this show, and you can be a part of it too, as we welcome everybody right at Tommy Max. Make sure you check out iwantabuzz.com for more conversations like these. And until next time, you stay safe out there and be cool. We'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers.